why you don't fit in and get zero bitches. I need to watch that video. We are going to watch that. All right, guys. You see the title. We are watching Why You Don't Fit In and Get Zero Bitches by my boy Herbert Johnson. So let's see what he has to tell us. I want to know why I get zero bitches. Let me know.
Look, I'm about to fly a drone to the Pentagon and blow it up. You know I keep that bug juice in my double cup. Pull up in a truck. Now you out of luck. You know I stay tucked. With that heater, I shot 48 men dead in the streets. I saw your grandma at the grocery store. She was browsing the meats. So I went up behind her and grabbed on her cheeks. Yeah, yeah. Whoa, whoa.
This
You know what it is, baby. Gerby always spit that fire, baby.
This nigga's intros are so funny.
I've tried to record this like 5 times. This is like the 5th time in a row. I usually can do it in like 1 or 2 tries. Something's off about my energy today. I nutted in my sleep. That might be it.
Carry on.
Because really what that is it's like a, I think what it is some sort of specter or ghost, some sort of demonic entity while you're sleeping comes in your room and like sucks you off and steals your power. And that's why I'm feeling all like...
That's facts. Sometimes that be happening to me, no cap.
Just my vibes are not chill, fam. Anyway, somebody sent me a question. And by the way, if you have any questions, any dilemmas, you want to send daddy, get a drop of his knowledge, send them in. There's nothing, I like it. I love just sitting down. If you send me stuff, there's nothing more than I like than to sit down and just read shit about people that I can relate to. It's just so nice because I'm just, it's good to know there's people out here. We're going through it. We can all make it out together, Holmes.
Facts. Facts.
Here's what this guy said, though. He sent me like 19 messages, and I screenshotted a few of them because I'm not going to read all of them. It's cool. He gave me a lot of context, but I'm not going to read all that. So just a little background. He's in college. He said he was tall, not bad looking, but he's not getting any bitches, and he has some social problems. And I don't know the answer to this, but it gave me an interesting thought, so I wanted to bring it up.
Okay.
So let's see. This one. For a while now, I feel like I've not been a part of social norms. And I can't tell if it's a problem with me or a problem with what I perceive as a normal standard for most people. He goes on, he tells some stories, but I'm going to do this one. Okay. One time I went to a club meeting and sat with a bunch of frat dudes. It was the first meet, nobody knew each other. I made an effort to talk to people and bonded with some guy over Jack White. There was this other guy there who didn't make any effort. Must have been his vibe or whatever. He had the typical gum plus gold chain and sweatpants combo that seems to work with most men. He didn't say much, but when he got up to leave, one of the guys asked for his number and suggested they hang out. I got up to leave like a minute later and said, "See ya." The same dude who had just asked for that guy's number just told me bye.
Why he look like he mad? I mean, I'm mad. I'm mad reading this because I'm mad at the fact that you are so hyper focused on other men. Don't try to blame his outfits and stuff. That's weird. Blame yourself. And stop over analyzing. To be honest, that's what I gotta say to this before we get any deeper. I didn't even read the bottom half. Let me let Gerbert read it to us.
This is getting long, so I'll sum it up here. I feel it's important to get a view of what's considered normal for men that aren't social outcasts. Is everyone as lonely as I am? Am I ugly? Or am I simply not getting bitches because I don't want to conform to using Tinder or our generation's methods for meeting women like partying or going to bars? How are
I'm gonna tell you right now, a party and going to bars is not our generation's method. It's not like our generation's method. That's been a thing. You can say Tinder is our generation's method of hooking up, but bars and clubs have been a thing since your parents have been hooking up.
people that have the social know-how that I don't meeting people? Yeah, so upon reading this, Daddy got a couple. The twink received some thoughts in my head. The first is this, that I realized once I became a teenager, like preteen, early teenage years, my enjoyment of social situations in general had like a steep decline. It just wasn't as fun anymore.
I can agree.
Because it's like it became a more about status.
It became more competitive instead of cooperative. Like being friends with people was about like who was your friend and what group and cliques you were in, and like, oh, this made you cool, that didn't, instead of just like being friends with who you thought were cool people and just enjoying your friends. And it's like growing up, it went from you were friends with whoever you were friends with to like you can only be friends with them, because if you're friends with her, then sadly it was gonna get mad. Bro, like it started becoming trivial. Like friend groups and stuff starts becoming trivial, and like I would say that happens to everybody as they grow up, right? That's just a typical growing up thing. But I feel like our generation now, with like the use of social media being as high as it is, now it's not only like what friend groups are you in, it's like what content do you watch, who are you subscribed to, or like what do you post online, this that. Like people can track you and follow you so much more now because you can make so much of what you do public, and people want to know what you do so they can know who you are. And so like we're at an age now where like people can cancel you when you're getting dragged on Twitter by other people at your school, and it's like something that I would never have to even think about dealing with. Like social media was not something that I was like, oh shit, half of the things I said on social media were forgotten, the other half were in group chats, so like unless you screenshot it, I'm safe. So like, yeah.
And like competition and all this stuff. It wasn't just chilling with the homies no more.
Nope.
It wasn't just like you could kick it. But the thing is, that was always there. That hierarchy was always there.
Yep.
But it's like at this age is when I became more aware of it. And it messed everything up for me. But I think that's also the age where everybody becomes more aware of it. So it's not just my fault.
No.
But in a way, it's all in my head.
True.
But it's just at this time where that hierarchy just more like clearly manifests itself, and your ability to have fun in social situations.
What he's talking about is he's talking about like the socio hierarchy, which is like, I don't typically believe in it, but like you don't need to believe in it. It kind of works within the realm of groups of people. Like there's the alpha, beta, whatever, all that stuff. I don't really believe in the alpha male thing, like Andrew Tate's on and all that. But I understand that in certain situations, there is the alpha, the person who's taking lead. There's the person who is second in charge. There's certain people in certain places, even like within work environments, within friend groups, within all types of places where there's a social interaction being in place. There are people at the top and at the bottom. And it's not based off of money. It's based off of social status within that group and within that frame. Like you could be the alpha in your house because you're the man of the house, but like with your friend group you could probably be the youngest, shortest one, so all of them kind of treat you like the little brother. So like you're not alpha with them, but you're alpha at home. So understand, use like two different friend or two different scenarios where like your position changes. So it's not like you're always alpha. That's not how that works. Or you're always beta or whatever. It depends on the circumstances and the situation that you're in and who you are as a person.
Hinges much more on how competent you are, how confident, how where you stand. So that's a thought. And
I feel like most people lack understanding of like advanced social cues. And that's what really dating is like about now. It's really about like how advanced are you with your emotional recognition. That's what like a lot of women are like basing their who they date on. I feel like without really telling you is like how emotionally available are you? Not to like just in general. And a lot of guys don't understand or realize that yet, I feel. I think more men are waking up to that realization instead of like, oh, I just need to have the most money and have a six pack abs and then she'll love me. And more guys are realizing that like, oh, I gotta actually like gotta connect with her deep and emotionally and she would actually be happy. That like that's really it. I'm telling you, sometimes it's really just having a deep conversation about your date. That's it. Sometimes it can be as simple as that. Like some people just want to be heard and listened to. For a lot of women, I don't think it's that deep, but I feel like a lot of guys just don't understand and they're missing the mark because they just don't have the social awareness. Because I feel like a lot of men, I think most men are in a masculine mindset, which is more simple. Like you want things simple. You don't want things to be very hard and complicated to understand. You do not care about getting deep and dirty into these things and stuff. You just want simplistic, simple, minimalistic. You want this, that, and third right in front of you, easy. That's kind of how like a masculine mind works with all these type of things.
And it's not that yeah, there's another thing you said. It must have been his vibe or whatever. That's something interesting because look, I don't want to sound all fugazi or whatever, but this whole like you get energy from people, people give off a vibe, it's just so true in my experience. And there is some also like some scientific shit to back it up. I saw an article one time. It was legit. I can't like reference it off the top of my head, but it's whatever. It's real in my in every experience I have. It's so true. It's
I agree. I agree with the fact that energy is the thing that you can actually feel from people. You can like the thing is like there's masculine and feminine energy that I feel like we all have. You just have to tap into your masculine energy or tap into your feminine energy. And there's certain times where like I think that you need to be masculine, and there's certain times where it's fine to be feminine. Like when you are with your girl, I do not think you need to be masculine. If you are just one on one with your girl, that's a situation where it's more intimate, you know? Where you can be more open, more vulnerable. It's typically they would want you to be because they want to see the human in you rather than the the defensive like strong-willed man. I don't know, but I understand that a lot of guys aren't comfortable like expressing their femininity because it's something that they've always seen as weak their whole life because that's what they were like conditioned to think. But it's not. It's not weak. It's there's actually strength in numbers. That's what strength in numbers really comes from, femininity. Because they care about community and being together. It's like femininity is more about sticking together and being strong as one, whereas masculinity is I'm strong by myself. I don't need you weighing me down. And I'd rather do it by myself because that's the only person I can trust. Like I would say like back in the day, it's more masculine if you wanted to be the breadwinner simply because you didn't want your girl to lift a finger and you didn't want her to do any work, instead of I want to be the breadwinner because I want her to not have any other options. You know, like there are people that are gaming it like she is reliant on me financially so she can't leave, instead of like although she's relying on me financially, I'm doing this because I don't want her to pick up, lift, or do anything. She is my queen and I want to pamper her. That is two different mentalities, but they are both doing the same action. Understand that one is coming from a place of true love for this person, and the other one is coming from a place of insecurity, and you want to make sure that this person is stays in your life, you know. And yeah, and I can't sit here. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I know when people are doing this versus that. It's very hard to know. Like you have to be in their mind to really know what they're thinking. Unless they slipped up and said a few words to explain what they're thinking, you won't know.
it's not some like autistic anime thing where it's like Nani? What a powerful aura. It's a subconscious thing that you pick up on, and there's just it manifests itself in your body language and in subtle cues that people that is obvious. If you were to see yourself from an outside perspective, you would know.
I mean, energy and vibes are the most easy. Like I said, there's masculine and feminine energy, but like, yeah, like masculine energy is way more hostile. You know what I'm saying? Like two guys saying no homo and making sure that nothing is gay in the situation that they're doing. Like they won't give full hugs or nothing because they don't want to be seen in a compromising way. You know, it's very defensive, but like a lot of guys do it. A lot of guys do the no homo and all that stuff because it's just kind of what it's like conditioned masculinity, you know. And it is a place of insecurity because if you are really comfortable with your homies and you're cool and you're not gay, you're okay with giving your homies a full hug. Hey man, haven't seen you in a minute, and you give them a full hug. You're doing shit. You don't need to say no homo if you're not gay. But a lot of us say no homo because it's the bit and it's the joke. But like seriously, it's not like you're not saying it seriously. Most people I feel like say it as just a bit. But when it comes to energies and vibes, bro, like some people just give off like serial killer energy. You know what I'm saying? And some people give off super bubbly, kind, loving energy. You know what I'm saying? Some people give off feminine energy, which is more warm and welcoming, and other people give off masculine energy, which is more cold and distant. You know, and like that cold and distant energy is attractive if that cold and distant energy is attracted to you. So you're like, oh, out of everybody, you fuck with me. You know. But if it's a dude that is suave and a playboy, he has more feminine energy because he is a people's person. You don't understand it. The guys with good mouthpieces and know how to talk to women and know how to talk to women have feminine energy. You like that's the only way they click. You know what I'm saying? Just like feminine energy does not mean you're a girl. Feminine energy means you know how to connect with people and you like to get deep and you know what I'm saying? So it's not about like, oh, he said, "You saying I have feminine energy now? I'm a girl." No, bro. You are you. If you are a girl, you're a girl. If you're a guy, you're a guy. I don't know what you are, but like, you didn't change because of your energy, and like your energy could be like, oh, you're super suave with the women, right? And so your energy is way more feminine with them, but you're not suave with dudes, are you? You might be, but if you're not suave with the dudes, and you are more like, hey, what's good, bro? You know, and it's not like, oh, like, what's up? How you been? If you're not like that and you're more cold, more distant, what's good, bro? You know, you kind of give y'all your own space and your own individual energy. That's more masculine, you know? The most masculine of your energy could be like survival, being a survivalist and shit, you know? And like you're always paranoid waiting for shit. This is and the energy is how like toxic and like that's even deeper. Listen.
Um, and women are especially good at picking up on these things. There's a part of the brain that connects the left and right sides that's larger, and it really helps with like verbal proficiency and all this stuff. Women are like more socially calibrated and they pick up on that. People in general can tell if you get no bitches, if you're overthinking things. So in this situation, it could be that the guy who asked for the number just asked the first guy who left and he didn't want to ask everybody. Maybe he was feeling nervous. That could be it. Or it could be that, you know, people could tell you're overthinking and it just makes you less affable. You know, I've had this. I've always realized it's like
You're doing too much. Like I'm telling you, the guy that you were talking to, the conversation was awkward. You were trying, but you're trying to do too much, and it's because you don't have enough confidence. And guess what? Guess what you're gonna need to do, buddy? Go out there and keep on laying some bricks. Keep on talking to women. Keep on getting shut down until you realize that you need to stop stuttering. Stop caring about them being this, that, and third. Their beauty is just a average thing. And you need to stop valuing their beauty so much high. And you need to value their brain well too. Because if you don't value their brain and you only value their beauty, then that's gonna be you, buddy. She's a human being just like the rest of us. She was gonna die and decompose just like you are. Bro, man, I pity the fool that made the pretty in you prosper. And this fool right here, he make you prosper well.
I feel like I disproportionately get in just awkward situations where nobody's talking. And I think that's because it's just a feedback loop where that's this energy. It happened one time, and ever since then I've had this neurotic energy, this overthinking I give out that makes it happen more and more. So now it's like I have to be the initiator and I have to break that. And he also said he never goes to parties or never gets invited. He just feels like an outsider. Is everyone as lonely as I am? That's interesting. I couldn't tell you. I don't know how lonely you are. A lot of dudes are lonely. And here's the thing. He says, oh, I'm attractive. I'm not getting girls. Here's the thing about it, okay? Like, the way you look matters. Everybody already knows that. Just intrinsically, everybody knows that shit. But there's this, a lot of dudes have no thoughts just came in my head. You're about to go off. About to spit this super hot fire. So in the last video, I talked about isolation, and some people were like, I work better in isolation. I don't need all these people around me. And here's the thing about it.
That's me sometimes.
It's interesting that these people are in the comment section of videos, because what you've done is you've basically just streamlined this connection directly parasocially. So if you couldn't rely on this, then you would really feel bad about being so alone. But since you're able to fill your mind with this noise, it works. And I'm not talking down on you. I'm an atomized young man myself. But it's the way it is. If you couldn't rely on this, then you would really feel. That's the scary part, is that I can be comfortable being alone. Yeah. I can be now. I could fill my mind with noise, listen to podcasts all the time. Oh, wow, it's almost like I'm talking to new people. But it's not real. And I'm interested in self-improvement. I'm an ambitious person. I've talked in the past about how I'm feeling this void and this overall lack. I feel like I just have along with many young men, I feel like I just don't have any stake in the future of society. There's no community. There's no, there's nothing. Yeah, it's like there's nothing to. Your hierarchy being attacked. You have no stake, right? In the future, and I've just filled this with ambition and self-improvement and wanting to build communities, build something for myself. And in order to do that, if you are interested in self-improvement, guys work out, guys do all this shit, meditate, da-da-da. But if you're really interested in improving yourself, one of the paramount foundational things is having connections. That whole thing, that whole Sigma man.
I don't know if it's this. In a previous video, I said it. I said the most important thing in life is building relationships with people around you. Like, those connections are the ones that are the most important. So, like, I realized it because I used to be a Sigma male. I used to be on that Sigma male energy. I don't really need people around me. I was like a hermit crab in my room all the time. But then I realized that, like, that also aided my depression. And also, like, whenever I felt really shitty, like, it was bad because there was no one that you really could relate to talk to, and like you resulted to like going on Reddit into like very fringe subreddits, going into very fringe subreddits and trying to find answers to your personal problems. Yeah, I've been there, done that, and it's way better when you have people in your life that you can go hang out with and talk to and just vent. So build connections with people in real life, please.
Your network is your net worth. I mean, it is true. It is true. I find goals I have, and I want to take action on them, but my ability to reach these places is just severely curtailed by my lack of connections. And it's a real bummer. Yeah, it really blows, dude. I mean, it's fine. I guess I don't feel super pressured. I feel like I have time, but there was a thought. I hate missing thoughts, dude, because I don't want to make a cut in these videos because I don't want to ruin it. But if I miss on a valuable nugget of information, then it's like, bruh, you know, why are you saying bruh? Stupid. Don't say shit like that, man. Yeah. Let me pull this up again. Maybe it'll refresh my memory. Inform using Tinder or generations method like meeting women, partying, going to bars. Okay, yeah. And also another thing. A lot of guys who are struggling getting girls, there is this obsession with looks, right? And looks matter. Everybody knows that. Intrinsically, people get it. Even what you would call normies understand this on like they just keep it low key. But it might not be the problem. You know, a lot of guys are trying to jump this valley from barely having any friends, not being connected, being atomized, to having a wife, to having a relationship, to having girls. It's like,
it makes no damn sense. Go outside. Build some connections. Have some friends. Not every girl that you meet gotta be a lover. Some girls can only be friends to you, and understand that you can build connections with people based off of common interests. And your common interest with this person doesn't need to be sex. You know, it could be a sport, a hobby. It could be some form of art, you know. But go make some friends. Friends first, bitches second. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way you gotta do it, my brother. And the faster you do that and get some friends, the faster you gonna get some bitches. It's as simple as that.
Here's something to think about. If you had a wedding, who would be there? That's that might be a dark thought for some people, because it's like, look, if you want studies and data and facts, I could find plenty of them that show if you're not a well-connected person, if you're not a person who has a good brotherhood or has many friends or any friends at all, barely any friends, you're definitely less attractive to girls.
That's a fact. Because she gonna look at you like, damn, you got no friends? Gotta be a serial killer. Gotta be a serial killer. He got no friends? Gotta be a serial killer. You gonna have no friends? You gonna think I'm gonna be your girlfriend? Nope. Yeah. Come on, buddy. I wasn't born yesterday. Maybe 2 nights ago, but not yesterday. Come on, you gotta do better than that.
You don't gotta be Sherlock Holmes to know that shit. You know? And sure, like, having your jawline and height or whatever will work on dating apps, or if you're just trying to go bang some random women in bars, but, you know, you're not gonna, it's very rare you're gonna go from just having, like, not having any connections with people, not having a community, not having barely any friends or a social circle, to having having a girlfriend in a relationship.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
That's like a large valley to jump. There's usually like you climb up the stairs, and the way you meet people in the first place is by having a social circle. So it's, y'all need to think about this shit rationally. You know. Because, dude, you have a wedding and what are you just gonna do it in like an alley? It's just gonna be you and her, maybe your parents. Like, ain't nobody gonna be there, bro. You don't know, but you ain't know nobody.
Why can't it be at the house? Why gotta be an alley?
Think about that shit, dog.
Why gotta be an alley?
Might make you go, So, no, there's more. Get it out. Get it out of the twink can get it out. I know Daddy's got more. Daddy's gotta have more. Oh, yeah. Give it to me, baby. Fuck, that's it.
fuck, that's it.